Sorrowvirus is a puzzle survival horror, kind of, released in 2020 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. It is a short story part of a bigger game universe called Faceless. The main character is a man named Wyatt Hale, who is plagued with many illnesses including cancer. His parents are researchers that discover the Sorrowvirus. By giving someone the Sorrowvirus, their body will die, but their soul will go to purgatory, a Silent Hill-esque hellscape. Coming back from purgatory yields a healthy new body, but Wyatt's cancer returns even worse every time he comes back to life. Wanting to learn more about purgatory and find a way to save him, Wyatt's parents kill him over and over again, sending him to purgatory countless times. I initially heard about this game because someone was talking about how dark and disturbing the game is and how a story like this shouldn't be written. And I was like, well, color me interested because, I like dark and disturbing stories. You play as Wyatt navigating purgatory with 4 instances to go through, each one becoming more dangerous. It focuses mainly on puzzles. Luckily, the puzzles aren't too hard, and it's kind of a survival horror. You need to check in with the clock every so often to make sure Wyatt doesn't lose track of time and go insane. If this happens, the game ends. You can also run into some abominations in purgatory that will kill you if you touch them, but they don't pursue you. The whole atmosphere is incredibly creepy, but luckily not much can actually kill you that isn't in your control. As you explore purgatory, you can find notes and recordings left by Wyatt and others explaining the backstory of the Sorrowvirus along with what is going on in the real world. There is a ton of backstory and history. Some information won't become known until playing through the later instances. Each instance becomes harder, and there are also multiple endings to achieve based on if you solve certain puzzles or not. You won't be able to cheat with these puzzles though, they randomize every single time you play the game. Once I learned how to solve everything, I was able to get through the game by myself without a walkthrough, which is a big achievement for me. Most of the puzzles involve you remembering numerical sequences or certain symbols for padlocks. Others put you in a room and require you to light candles and find dolls to escape. The dolls can be hard to spot in some areas, which was annoying, especially if you're running against the clock. The game does give you a break by spawning in another random item, Roscoe's wristwatch, that makes it so you don't need to inspect clocks anymore. In the later instances, this is extremely helpful. The puzzles are the same every time, but the answers are different. I didn't mind running through them multiple times too much, but there was one area that was a pain to get through. You go into a dark cave with abominations all over the place, the ones that will kill you if you come in contact with them. You get a crappy flashlight that stays on for literally 2 seconds, and you have to search for 4 items that are randomly scattered around. It was hard to see where I was going, where I already looked, and if any of the areas had an item that I needed. The entire game's design is gothic and creepy. Again, it reminded me of Silent Hill a bit. It also felt like a haunted house attraction that you would go to around Halloween, and it was really cool. There are tons of small details everywhere, and you're constantly being watched by something. There were a lot of pop culture references as well. I found a Five Nights at Freddy's poster and a couple items from Gravity Falls. You'll want to explore absolutely everywhere to make sure you find every Easter egg. The story was extremely interesting, and it left me wanting to know more about this universe. The true ending has a cliffhanger as well. Unfortunately, it seems as though the creator will not be making anything else for the series. I was so impressed with this game, and I absolutely loved it. It was interesting, creepy, wasn't too hard, and there's pretty much nothing but good things to say about it. It is disappointing that Faceless isn't in production anymore, but even so, the Sorrowvirus is worth playing on its own. There was so much love and attention to detail put into this game. I played through the entire story twice, and it left the same impact on me every single time. I recommend this game so much, and it's $10 on Steam, which is hideously underpriced for how much work went into it. Depending on how much you explore and take everything in, it can be beaten in a few hours, but it has replay value. If you're a fan of horror, there's no reason you won't like this game. It's an emotional and complex story that deserves to be played by as many people as possible. Thank you for watching the video. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more content. Let me know if you've played this game and what you thought of it. It's really cool. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon. I have someone else helping me manage it now, so hopefully we'll get more active on there. I also have a Redbubble and Twitch that I sometimes go on and stream, and I streamed a little bit of the Sorrowvirus on there, which was pretty fun. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching.